this is a series about reviewing fruit, and this is not a fruit, but I kind of like to explore the edible parts of a plant if it is related to a fruit that is, well known. Normally how this would grow is it comes out of the banana plant, and then as it starts developing and like the bud starts peeling back, it will get heavy with fruit, which starts like popping out in like different hands, and it'll like droop down, sometimes all the way down to the ground. If you peel this back, you get these little guys right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that if this were to keep growing, these would turn into little bananas, right? Although they do eat this part in some cultures. I know this is used in some curry sometimes, but you gotta like cook and prepare the hell out of it because it's really, really tough and really, really bitter. But if you discard that, you can take this little bit here, and this is also edible, but it's got like a little tough portion. This little bit on the outside, you can eat that. That I think is fine. But this little guy right here is supposed to be like, it's like a little piece of, if you look at it, it's like a little piece of cellophane. You don't really want to eat that. It's supposed to be really tough. So you don't want to eat that. And also if you go inside this little cluster here, there's one very thick woody part. That'd be like the stamen, I believe. You want to take that out as well, because that is a tough guy. And every time you lift up another leaf, ta-da, you have another little cluster of these flowers here. So I'm going to discard these, I'm going to take these, I'm going to pick out the little stamen and the little like plasticky bit, and I'm going to make my way through this entire thing. Now, a little tip I learned is if you take a bowl of water with some lemon juice in it, this will be a way to kind of like help get rid of some of the bitterness in these leaves, and also it'll retain the color, because otherwise it's going to get like all brown. Alright, that was tedious, but I've gotten to the point where it's like difficult to peel leaves back. Kind of, I like really try, but when you get to this part, those little, let me show you one. These little flowery bits, those are now soft enough where you don't need to strip them out. So this is okay to eat. So you get rid of that stem, and this bit you just cut really fine. You see all those little teeny bits from the little flowers that are in there. You can really see that there's latex in there. You can see that's kind of like, it's kind of sticky in there. Okay, so this just gets submerged, and like I said, you want to give it a little time for that bitterness to get out of it. So I'm just going to kind of like separate these a little bit by hand, mix them up a little bit so all that water and lemon juice gets incorporated, and you let this sit for 20 minutes. Here's like one of those little flowery bits from the beginning. Let's first take a bite out of that. It's got a nice texture to it. It's nice and crispy. It's got a floral taste to it, like eating rose petals. And it's got a banana rind taste. I saw reviews online saying it tastes like artichoke a little bit. I guess so. I don't think artichokes really taste like much, and these don't taste like much, so in that way, I guess. Yeah, here's a little bit of the stalky bit from it, like the inner flower. Much of the same, with a little bit of like a cabbagey kind of taste. You can like use it like you would use like cabbage. You can make like a Napa cabbage slaw if you wanted to make like a papaya salad or something. This would go well with that too. Using this in curries, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to try to make a curry out of this thing. From last week's episode, I still have my ginger lime fruit, and I'm going to use some of this to cook with this. So I have 1 whole red onion. I've got 2 hot green chilies, small ones. I've got 3 cloves of garlic chopped up. Over here I've got half of one of those ginger lime fruits. And over here I have a banana blossom. Alright, we've got garam masala, turmeric, ginger, dry ginger, coriander, salt, turmeric, did I say turmeric? That's in there. Cumin, all that stuff mixed up in here. Or, you know, put whatever else you want in here. I didn't really measure it either. You know, maybe like a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of each one. Yeah, you figure it out. Time to add my banana flour. Ginger lime. If you don't have ginger lime, use something else. Use a lemon or something. I don't know. 1 tomato diced. 1 can of chickpeas with the water. Because life is an adventure. This smells delicious. So let's mess with it some more. I'm going to add some water. So I don't know, maybe a cup? A half cup of grated coconut. Okay, this is from an Indian shop, so there's no like added sugar or anything. This is just shredded coconut. Yeah, that looks, I don't know, pretty gross, but I think it's gonna taste delicious. I've let this simmer for about 20 minutes while I did the dishes, and it looks pretty good to me. It looks like it like broke down pretty well. The citrus in there, all the pulp is kind of like eaten away, so I think it's all nice and infused together. So it smells really good, like a nice tropical smell. You get like the coconut and like a nice sour smell to it. So I'm just going to take a ladle of this and I'm going to put it onto some rice. Ooh, yeah, this is like jasmine rice too, so it's got like a nice little jasmine scent to it too. Yeah, I am a genius, guys. Didn't really know what I was doing, just kind of threw things in there that I thought would go together, and it went together. Banana flowers, you know, they just kind of like decimate into like little stringy bits. A little bit like eating green jackfruit in a curry, only it's got a little bit more of a crispy texture to it. Jackfruit is like really, really stringy, it's like very soft. This is like a little more firm. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a good meat substitute, but it is a good way to like add like a different texture to your food. The flavor of the flowers, I think, get overwhelmed by everything else, but if I really think about it, I can like pick up like a faint like plantain kind of flavor, like a little bit of like a savory banana taste, but it's hardly there. Like if you served this to somebody, nobody would think bananas. The ginger lemon which I put in there, that is distinct. When you eat this, it does have like a nice sourness to it. A little bit like a lemon, but with its own like unique qualities to it. It's got like maybe a little bit more of like a spiciness to it. You definitely get that citrus taste throughout the entire curry, but when you get one of those little wedges of the rind, you know it. But it goes well with the curry. It does taste really good. So yeah, I'm not gonna have any trouble finishing this thing. The banana flowers, you know, I'm not blown away by them, but you know, if you see them, it's something fun to play with. You know, in a curry, it feels more like a filler. But if you were to make a salad out of it, I think that you would get more of that banana flower taste. It's a little time consuming to go through those buds. I mean, it did take me about a half an hour just to separate everything out. And for that, I would say it's not really worth it, but if you get someone else to do that for you, or if you buy it frozen or canned, or you just want to pass the time, then why the hell not? I hope you enjoyed watching me eat my dinner and use the banana flour and the ginger lime as well. So if you can come across these things somewhere, try using it. You know, I had some fun today, and I think you would have some fun with it too. So check it out. Bye. Hey, so at the end of this video, there's going to be a preview of next week's fruit, so stay tuned for that. But first, business! I want to give a shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. Patreon is how this channel happens. So if you want to help me out by giving completely voluntary contribution to my channel, check out the link that's around me right now or in the description below. Big shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day. They help me out a lot on Patreon, so if you haven't heard of them, check them out. I also have t-shirts for sale. These are available on my website, which are also in the link below. If you don't want to give me money, subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment, any of that stuff. Alright, thanks so much, guys. Bye.